everyone, I'm Sue Heaton. First of all, so happy to be back with you. And we are here today at the Presbyterian Church in Elk Grove Village. We're going to feature some wonderful ministries. We're going to introduce you to some amazing volunteers. We're even going to meet the pastor. So come on in and let's check this out. Welcome back to the show, everyone. I'm very happy to be here today with Linda Mueller. Hi, Linda.
Hi.
And we are at the Presbyterian Church of Elk Grove Village here, located on Devon and Tawny. Am I correct?
That's correct.
Linda, tell us something about your position here at the church.
Well, I'm a co-coordinator of the food pantry. I have a partner in crime, so to speak, but who also works full time. So she wasn't able to be here today. So Christy Thompson and I oversee the food pantry, but we're really just kind of the figureheads because we have between 15 and 20 volunteers that really help this run. Right.
Okay, so we're seated here in front of a wonderful display of various food products. Let's talk about first, how did this concept first come about? Whose idea was it that we could help the residents of Elk Grove with a food pantry at the church?
Well, our pantry actually started in 1988, so it's been around for a very, very long time. And it was a mission of the church at that time that we thought that there was a need in the village for food. So we went to, from what I understand it, we went to the village and the village helped partner with us in that they help vet the clients that come. But the pantry itself has been run completely by the congregation and by the volunteers.
Now, when you say vet the people that come, let's talk about that. What does that mean? A process that applicants go through?
Yes, our pantry is for Elk Grove Village residents. We do take walk-ins from other areas, but primarily it's to serve the Elk Grove residents.
So they need to come with a driver's license, some type of proof?
I believe the village requests a proof of residency or proof of address, and then I think proof of income.
I'm just curious, the period of time that we've just come out of, were you still able in any way to help families during the shutdown?
We never closed. That's the beauty of it. And I can't take credit for it because I wasn't the coordinator for the pantry. Barb Singleman, another one of our members, was the coordinator at that time. So what she did was our clients would come in and they would come in only one at a time. Everybody was masked. We would be in the back room filling orders and bringing out the bags of groceries. So we never had to shut down. And fortunately, we had donations that continued to come in, so we would have food to distribute.
Linda, let's talk about the process. Let's say that first of all, I'm the donor. I think you had mentioned that I could just drop some products at the front door. And then how does it end up that I am now the person in need? How does the person in need, how does it start from my bringing the products here and ends up in somebody else's home?
Okay, so every day when whoever comes to the church, whether it's our pastor, whether it's our secretary, whether it's me or any of the other many people that come into church every day, we always check the bin, the donation bin out in front. So those donations are brought in and they're put in our back room. We have some sorting tables in the back room. So every few days I'll come in and take a look and see how much food needs to be sorted, what had been donated.
And do you check like expiration dates?
Most definitely. We make sure that we check the expiration dates and then we sort it, we store it in our back room. It's turned into be a very organized area, so we sort it by date. So we make sure that anything that's the more current stuff is in the front, and the stuff from 2024 or 2025 is in the back.
It's got a little shelf life.
So we can keep rotating our stock. So then every week when we open on Thursday morning, we make sure that our shelves are stocked. We have some volunteers that come in early on Thursday morning. We will stock the shelves before the first client comes in, and then throughout the day, as items get taken, we keep restocking and refilling the shelves to make sure that everybody has the same selection. Because the person that comes in at 11 o'clock, we want to make sure the person that comes in at 2 o'clock has the same choices as the people earlier in the day. So then we just keep restocking and restocking.
Do you have a need here as well for simple things like shopping bags, so people have something to put their products in and take home? So quite often I have a lot of those, and rather than putting them in the recycle bin, we could bring those here too?
We have plenty of the plastic bags. Those seem to come out of the woodwork.
Yeah, but
it's the paper bags that that we can always use. So, and we do have, I should mention that we did purchase about 2 years ago a chest freezer. And we have several upright freezers in the back room, but we did purchase a chest freezer because what has happened in the past is apparently trucks that are delivering to some of the stores in the area, for instance Walmart, their deliveries get denied for whatever reason, and we will get calls from the truck drivers saying, I have a pallet of frozen fish sticks, or I have a pallet of coffee creamer, or very unusual things. Do you need them? Can you use it?
So they even know your number to call?
Yes, so I don't know how they know, but they know.
The word's out.
So the word is out.
Your number.
So we'll have the truck come, and during the pandemic, the Embassy Suites Hotel that is in Elk Grove, when everything shut down, they called us up and they said, well, we are shutting down, so everything in our freezer needs to go.
Wow.
So we received shrimp, filet mignon, roasts. We had beautiful
People
food
were eating good.
that we put in our freezer because they couldn't use it. They were going to be shut down for we didn't know how long.
Isn't that wonderful that they would know to call you as opposed to all of this food ending up in the trash can?
Yeah, it was wonderful. It was great.
What a surprise! Look at the smile on your face.
We'll get turkeys that just show up during the holidays. Turkeys that show up, in our bin, or hams, and we also get donations of hundreds of hams or turkeys from some of the.
Speaking of donations, you mentioned monetary, also.
Yes. We have a spot on our website where people can donate directly online, or they can also just send a check. But we do receive donations from some of the companies in the industrial park as well that are monetary donations. And that's what we use to purchase the items like the meat, the produce, the milk, the bread, sometimes, the shampoos, because that's one of the things that cannot be purchased with the SNAP card. Is you cannot purchase anything that is a non-food item.
No personal care products?
No personal care, no detergents, no paper products. So
all necessities, but
people still need to wash their clothes and shampoo their hair. So we purchase those items at times. If we don't, we don't have enough donations of, that's what we purchase.
So I'm a person in need. The first step is to go to the village to fill out the appropriate paperwork.
Yes.
That would allow me to come then to this church on Thursdays between 11 and 2?
Between 11 and 2. If they contact Community Services at the village, Marty Vela is our contact there, and Marty is here with us every Thursday to help check people in, or they can just walk in. They can come here on Thursdays between 11 and 2. And we'll let people walk in, one time without being officially, on our roster. We won't ever turn anybody away.
Can you share some of the comments you may have heard over the years from residents that come that are touching, that you might have heard them say as they come and they're able to find food to feed their family?
Well, I think
Must
the
be
biggest,
gratifying.
It really is. I think the biggest takeaway that I can see is, some of our clients have been coming for many years, which is wonderful. We've really been able to get to know them because we can visit with them and we find out what's happening in their lives.
Even that's a social need, just to have a place to come to connect.
And I think that's what it is, because we do serve a lot of seniors. So when they come in, they know all of us, and and the first thing is, hi, what's happening? What are you doing? What's new? How are the kids? So it's a lot more than just food.
Well, I must say, just stepping into your church here at the food section, everything is so clean, everything is so orderly. It takes a lot of work, a lot of devotion from you and all the volunteers. You have to feel some pride in what you do here.
We really do. I think we really do. And the fact that we've been doing it for so long, that we've been able to be consistent and keep this up for so many, many years and serve so many people.
I think there is a scripture, since we are in a church, something about feed my sheep, right? And you definitely are. And I see that. Now we're positioned in front of some dry goods and some canned goods and that, but then you have closets with paper good products and laundry detergents, and then you have various tables for fresh tell us about the fresh produce. How does that come about?
We purchase the fresh produce every Thursday morning. We have 2 of our volunteers that have been doing this for years. So every Thursday morning they're at Valley buying all of our produce. So they buy fruits and vegetables, potatoes, onions, carrots, oranges, apples, whatever produce is in season at the time.
People who are watching this program today that are in a position that they want to help, what can they do? Who do they contact? How do they start getting their donations over here?
Well, we have the drop box that's in our patio courtyard right near our front door.
And anytime?
So you can, pretty much anytime.
As long as it's nothing that animals could come, right?
And nothing that's perishable,
Certainly.
Obviously.
But canned goods would be okay to drop there. You don't have to actually bring them into the church.
Right. Canned goods, cereal, anything that you see here is okay to drop in the drop box. Someone is here at the church Monday through Thursday, and of course Sunday. So anytime during those days is better, so we can get it, back inside sooner rather than later. But if they want to check our website, we publish every week a list of items that we need in the food pantry. So right now, for instance, we're running low on crackers, saltines. We always seem to need juice boxes. So every week we publish through our newsletter and also on our website what it is that's needed. So that's a good way to stay in touch with what we might need.
Well, Linda, you and your whole staff here are truly a blessing to all the residents in our community. This is just a beautiful facility, and thank you on behalf of everyone for all the work that you do to make this happen week after week.
Well, you're welcome, and again, I can't take credit for it because we have so many volunteers.
Yes, I'm sure.
That are shopping and cleaning and stocking, and it really does take a village. And then all of our donors.
It is a community effort.
It sure is.
And we're just happy to bring this knowledge to everyone. If they didn't know about this little beauty that's tucked away here on Devon, and I pass you by every time I'm going to the post office.
Yeah.
But it's so nice to actually be here and meet the staff and pastor. So thank you for your time today. It's been a pleasure to be with you.
Thanks for coming out.
And thank you for all your service. It's so appreciated. Thank you, Linda, very much. Okay.
I'm happy to do it.
Thanks, hon. And we will be right back with the rest of our program. Welcome back, everyone. We have moved up to the second floor of the Elk Grove Presbyterian Church. I'm very happy to introduce you now to Jo Gray, and she's the clothing ministry department here at the church. Is that correct, Jo?
Coordinator, correct.
Oh, coordinator. Well, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
And this is just an amazing walk-in closet that we are sitting in here.
Thank you.
Another true treasure here. I certainly wasn't aware of this. So in addition to the food pantry on the first floor, we moved to the second floor where now we have an abundance of clothing. Tell us something about that. Is this your baby?
Yes, we started this in September of last year. A lady, Monica, who has friends on the street, came and talked to us about the homeless that she's helped for many years with her website. And when she left, I thought, excuse me, I thought, well, we could do something because we don't use the upstairs for anything. Our congregation is small and we don't have Sunday school up here anymore. I thought we could make this a boutique. So I asked Barbara, Pastor Barbara, and she said she would have to ask the people in charge, and they gave the go-ahead. So we turned this into a boutique.
Well, how much work, I mean, beyond the donations, what was involved in it? That sounds like a lot of work.
A lot of work. Well, we had no equipment. I mean, we had to buy racks and put those together.
Did you have to clean it out?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah, like there were cobwebs.
It had, well, had dividers in it. So we had to move those. The carpet was horribly dirty. We had to just, yeah, it had to basically go down to the studs.
So you had a vision of what you wanted this to be.
Actually, I have discovered that you don't know what you don't know. My vision was that we wanted to help the homeless, and I wanted to give them clothing and shoes and warm things for the winter, because we were getting ready for the winter. And it's, I wanted them to be able to come in and shop at no charge to them and pick out things that they wanted, not just here's a bag of clothes, take it.
Oh, what a wonderful idea.
So
yeah.
it was, well, you would need to have where you can come in and shop with no judgment.
Right.
And
Because
not be
everyone
embarrassed.
still has their own personal taste.
Yes, and you want to, and it's important to me that people look like other people.
Yeah.
Because it's embarrassing I deal with some high schools, but with kids don't look the same.
Oh yeah, you talk about peer
And
pressure.
that is a real problem. And that's how my vision was. And so I shook down all my friends for their clothes. And my mantra is, give me your
Clean
clothes
out
or your money. A lot of things we have to purchase new. Why I have to say this, I don't know, but underwear and socks has to be
I've heard
new.
that socks are among the most needed.
It truly is, and people have been very generous with that. I've had to purchase a lot of shoes to get started. Yeah, we worked with donations and tried to get, because we started in September, we were in the winter mode, and sweatpants,
Sure.
and hoodies, and warm socks, and boots, boot-lined boots. And yeah, we set it up, and it was quite successful.
Well, how did you get the word out right away?
When we started out, it was just we wanted to help the homeless, but then I realized there were other people that were not homeless but in need. So I went to all of the high schools, the library, all the food pantries, and I left information for them to distribute.
So this is the only location. I know there's other food pantries in our community, but this is the only one that has the clothing.
To my knowledge, yes.
You may have started something.
Well, that would be nice.
Yeah.
I mean, it's we have a lot of things that that need to be done, and people don't think about it because it's just everybody's busy, everybody needs something. And
Now, we were talking about the process with regards to food, the same type of process with the clothing. Do people just, if they've been cleaning out their closet, so clothing in good condition, can they leave it
yes.
outside the church doors?
They can, in that same bin for the food. The clothing has to be washed and clean, no holes, no tears. Basically, if
Well, there are some jeans, that's the style, Joe.
but yes, but
yeah, I know
mean,
what you mean.
yeah, but basically, if you wouldn't wear the clothes today, we don't want it.
Right.
Because you first of all,
You don't want to be insulted.
absolutely
Right,
not.
right.
I mean, that's once again up there with here, take a bag of clothes, be grateful for it, no matter what it is. That's not right.
What is your greatest sense of, what would I say, just like I was asking Linda, now are you here most of the time with the shoppers?
Yes.
And do you hear some of the things that they might say?
I've met wonderful people, and they're very grateful.
Yeah, I would think.
And I, as a rule, I don't limit things, but sometimes I have to because I only have a small amount of some things. But it's, yeah, it's like you take what you need. and they shop, and then I sort it for them. I do keep inventory of what is taken so I can replace and or ask for donations of those particular items. And yeah, it works out quite nicely.
Are the shopping days the same as with the food pantry?
You know, you call me and I'm here.
Oh,
We don't open, you know, from 8 to 9.
I see.
I live down the street, so I can be here at any time. I've worked with the police department. Sometimes people need stuff in a hurry. And yeah, it's just real nice. I work with about 12 different organizations. There's a lot of things that we get that we don't use.
What?
We do not use dress clothes because it's...
You mean like prom dresses, that type of
No,
thing?
and
You don't want anything like that? Or
suits, but for the most part, because we don't transition, our clothing's not transitional clothing.
I see.
But we do, I have probably 12 different organizations that I use. That I don't need the things, I will donate to them, and there are a couple that do transition. So that's not, I will accept anything that's wearable, and if we can't use it, I will get it to the places that can use it. When we started, it was like half the room we had, and it was like, oh, well, this is plenty. And then you start putting things up, and then it's like, oh, this is not enough room.
Well, even these portable racks that you have in the middle, how did you come about?
Well, we purchased the tall ones from Bed Bath & Beyond, and then the short ones, when Sears was going out of business, we were able to get those at a
Now, whose idea was that? Sears is going out of business. Let's go see if we
Well,
can take
somebody
their
at the church sent me a picture and said, did you know that they're selling these? And I said, nope. So I got in my car and went over there and bought as many as I could.
Look what can happen when people put their heads together.
We communicate very well amongst ourselves when because people know what Linda and I need, and we know what each other needs. And if somebody is a walk-in for the food pantry, they always ask them if they need clothes. And if people come up here for clothes, I always ask them if they need food. So we work together that way.
That's wonderful. So if and a mom could come with some children?
We do not have children's
Oh,
clothes.
no children's,
No,
just minimum.
that's such a great turnover. We just don't have the storage area.
I see.
But there is a wonderful organization, Kids Pantry.
And so then you can refer them.
Mount Prospect is open on Wednesday from 3:30 to 5:30, I believe. And that is free as well. And that's baby and children's clothes.
Boy, I was just telling Linda that, you know, our community just reaches out in so many ways.
Well, they're so
help.
generous.
Yes.
They're very generous. And
Yes.
I've been very, very grateful because they gave me this.
Oh, look at oh my goodness.
It is so sweet, you know?
Yeah, the unspoken rewards that,
It is.
you know.
It is fun. And you go through things and you go, what were they thinking? You go, oh my God, this is great.
Yeah.
I've got designer clothes, and I've gotten some sneakers. There's a pair of Nike Jordan sneakers over there. And it's just remarkable things.
Yeah, when you think what you can do to help families who really aren't in a position,
That's wonderful.
especially in these times.
It is just wonderful.
You know, that we have this treasure here in Elk Grove Village. We're so happy to bring exposure
I am
to
too.
your project.
I'm thrilled. I
Yeah.
am thrilled because we do
Well, get ready.
We need exposure because it's something you just don't hear about all the time.
No,
But
it's
we're
beautiful.
on the website, and people call and always ask, how did you hear about us? And some word of mouth is big. And we work with the homeless in Bussey Woods. And we have a liaison that goes there because the police said we couldn't go because it's so deep in the woods. But it's it's
People
so
will know.
rewarding. It's just, you think, God, I'm lucky.
Doesn't it all put everything in the perspective,
Yeah.
you know?
And it is. It's just,
Knowing that, all people with the same needs, and who knows how some people's lives are set on certain course. But look at the reward.
oh,
that
it
you
is.
were,
It's
you know,
just, it's
isn't
just,
it true?
It's just so much fun, and people come in there. They're kind of amazed that we have great quality stuff,
when I walked up here, I'm like, whoa, this is really great.
It is. It's just some of the things I look at, I thought, oh my God, I know these shirts are like start at $200.
Yes. Yeah.
But it's nice, and it's nice to give people a chance to pick what they
Sense
need.
of pride, right.
And
like you
some
say.
people, will tell me what they need, and I'll try to find it. And I know some gentlemen that come in here, and if there's certain size or stuff that I don't normally get, I'll put things aside for them and try to contact them and let them know that I have stuff available. Yep.
Oh, what a blessing. Well, you're here at a church, so
yeah,
that's just wonderful.
It is good.
What a pleasure to meet you,
Oh,
Joe.
you too.
Oh, it's very
so nice. I appreciate y'all coming out.
Yeah, well, it's just a wonderful
thing. Come again for the winter to see the transition.
And the winter items will be here. Well, mainly you've gotten the word out to the community now.
Yes, and I'm fortunate. It's very
all
fortunate.
these clothes that are sitting here just waiting for that right person to come along and take what they truly need.
Yeah, this is very nice. I
Thanks,
appreciate y'all coming.
For everything you do, bottom of our hearts. Thank you for being here. Great idea. A lot of work goes into it.
Thank you.
True blessing.
Thank you for coming.
Thanks again. We'll be right back with the rest of our program. Well, welcome back, everyone. I'm so happy now to introduce you to Pastor Barbara Gorski. Welcome, Pastor. And we are seated here in your beautiful garden, second only to a heavenly garden, I might say. This is just beautiful. Again, for residents that don't know, your church is located here on Taney and Elk Grove Boulevard. And can we get to know you a little bit more personally?
Sure.
Can I ask some personal questions?
Sure.
How long have you had this ministry here at the Presbyterian Church?
Okay, I've been here at Elk Grove Presbyterian Church. I'm in my 4th year, so about 3.5 years, and it's just been a wonderful experience for me being here.
Is it the favorite church of anyone you've served in?
I think that's a hard question, but when you're at a church, wherever you are at that time it's your favorite one.
And, and how much can you say about members of your church, volunteers, such as Linda and Joe?
Oh my gosh. You know what? They are what make the church what the church is supposed to be. We think sometimes we're just supposed to gather together and just have this little community, but our church is a church that reaches out into the community all the time. And our church is filled with people that have a heart for these kind of outreach ministries.
Yes. I mean, Joe was showing me within the church walls itself, saying that it's small, but the outreach is so large.
Yes, very generous hearts is what we have here, very generous.
And of course today we were here to feature the food pantry and the clothing that you have. How proud are you of that?
Well, I don't even know if I can put into words how proud I am. The food pantry has just been a real stable ministry for years, but the clothing ministry is rather new, and it's just exploded in such a short time that I'm just so proud of what we can do for people.
Well, I know I asked the other ladies, let me ask you too, when people come to partake in clothing and food, what are some of the most touching words that you've heard come from their mouths, from their hearts?
I'll tell you, that's a great question. And it's not even words. It's when they start crying.
Oh, you actually see the tears.
Yeah.
Knowing that there is somewhere to go, that sense of helplessness, that no one maybe cares. Now they see.
Yeah, like we really care about them. So many people don't even think that they matter, that they have value. And when you can just give somebody food and clothing without anything in payment, it just moves people. And often I start crying. It's just really humbling, to be able to serve.
And quite often we've heard that some of the people in need at one point in their life, maybe they were the people that were able to give.
Oh, yes.
But then circumstances change.
Yes. That's how life is.
Isn't it true?
It is. I mean, sometimes you're really doing well, and then all of a sudden you need more, and I just think we're there to help each other whatever cycle you're in.
Yeah. Well, we are blessed here in Elk Grove in so many ways, and certainly you, Pastor Barb, a blessing with all you bring. and all of those people that work alongside with you. And I understand it's even volunteers that help to create this beautiful garden we're
Yeah.
sitting in, right? People
Yeah.
have so many talents and so many giving hearts.
Yes.
Well, I wish you a blessed day. Thank you for being the blessing that you are in this community.
Oh,
Sincerely.
thank you so much for spending time to get to
Thank
know
you.
us today.
Yeah, it was wonderful to be with you. Thank you again. We will be right back with the rest of our program. Well, we certainly want to thank our guests today, Linda and Joe and Pastor Barb. And we want to thank them for the ministry that they do here in Elk Grove. And we hope that all this information has been beneficial to you, our viewers, that either to you personally or someone that you know, that this service is available. And if you are in a position that you might be able to help, whether monetarily or with food or clothing donations, please bear in mind the Presbyterian Church here in Elk Grove Village. So thank you for joining us again today. We enjoy being with you on In the Grove, and we'll see you next month. Thanks everyone, bye.